Hello!
Hello, AOS fans!
It's the agents of Harrowdeep.
Woohoo! Underworlds back in the house.
Woo-hoo. And we're not doing Rivals tonight. It's a Season 1 and 2 warband Rivals plus Punch-Up.
Rivals plus Punch-Ups.
And I'm bringing Magores, and you're bringing...
the Gits. Long time since I played the Gits.
It's a long time since Magore's seen any action at all.
Yeah, Magores are pretty strong, I think, in Rivals Plus. They complement the objectives, I think, and just generally who doesn't want a +1 strength if you're playing Magores? I think they complement the Essentials pack pretty well.
Yeah.
The Gits actually complement it really badly, and I've gone for illusory might.
Oh,
because just getting any objectives out, like strong start. Gits don't want strong start.
No, they do not want strong start.
No, exactly. So pure carnage was the only thing I really thought. I really would quite like pure carnage.
Yeah. So we are set up. Robin won the role to pick the board. He's gone for the board first. We've placed the objectives, and then we've set up the models. We've drawn our cards, and we've both got rid of some of our starting cards. Now,
yes.
I got rid of all of my power cards. I had Glory to Corn, which is basically roll an extra dice for an attack, Commanding Stride, Healing Potion, Furious Charge, which is an upgrade, and No Respite, which is an upgrade. Now, I got rid of all of those, not because they were bad, they're actually all very nice cards, and I only had 2 upgrades there, but I was fishing for another card, so I redrew my power cards. I'm going to shuffle these ones back in.
I got rid of my objectives, because I had Obliterated. Score this if a friendly Snurks out and is inspired and takes an enemy fighter out of action.
Oh dear.
Probably not going to happen. Go 2. Go 1 rather. I mean, it might do, but probably not. And then Petty Vindication, which is score this in end phase if you score 2 or more other objective cards in this round.
Ooh.
And then a new one, which is a Surge Hybrid. Score this immediately after an activation if 1 or more friendly fighters hold an objective in enemy territory that has a number equal to the number of that fighter's upgrades. Ooh. Or 1 or more friendly fighters each have 1 or more upgrades than there are surviving enemy fighters. Now, I might have managed to wangle that one, but I decided I wouldn't in the end. It wasn't worth the risk, especially as I realised it's in enemy territory and the objective in question isn't in enemy territory.
No, well, there we go. That will make it harder. Any eagle-eyed watcher, they might spot that Robin is playing with both old and new cards, and he's not sleeved them.
I haven't sleeved them because I'm trying to cheat.
Yep. So he's trying to cheat, probably badly, but also I'm relying on the fact that Robin won't remember what's in his deck after about 30 seconds of playtime anyway.
No,
so
I literally had to look at the objectives that I just put down twice before I could remember which one was where. And even now, I'm not sure I can remember.
I bet you can't even tell now, can you? So we're all set up, we're ready to roll. We are going to put this back into the old style of just one game in one video with a voiceover of us describing what our logic was and as the game played during each of the rounds. So do let us know in the comments below if you do prefer that way, or whether you preferred our previous way of splitting into 3, or, you know, tell us what you want to see, basically. And
just
we will
prefer
try
to
and
watch the Australian guide.
Yeah, well, in that case, I don't know what, I can't help you there. We can try very bad Australian accents, but that's about as far as we can do it.
Truth, mate.
Blimey, crikey. So please do make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell and all that good stuff, and we're going to crash on into the round 1. So it's time to roll off for round 1. I finished setting up first, Robin, so I get that crit. So you need to get a crit or I get to choose.
I do not. I've got lots of supports. I've got loads of supports on the previous roll.
But that don't do nothing.
No.
I will go first then. I will charge with Zarkus the Bloodsighted. 1, 2, 3 to there. I will go for the squigs. I will have a go at Bone Cracker with Zarkus. It has knockback 1 as well. 1 hammer has been rolled.
And I got that's a different dice. Shield.
Oh, I will just shove you back then.
Okay. How much damage is that?
No damage because you rolled a shield.
No,
and I only got 1 hammer.
Dodge.
Is he dodge?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, he's dead then because 2 damage. Zarkus has inspired because he's made a successful attack.
And I'm going to inspire Snurk.
And I get a glory.
Sorry, I've actually got a reaction to play at the end of your attack.
Yeah.
Fungal Blessing. Play this after an enemy fighter's attack action takes an adjacent friendly fighter out of action. Their attacker suffers 1 damage.
Oh.
So Zarkus takes a damage.
I have also scored Strong Start.
Oh.
So I get another glory for that. So 2 glory.
This is going about as well as I thought it would. I don't need to comment on that, but yeah, it's going about as well as I thought it would.
And into the power step, you get to go first.
Okay, so I'm going to put the Blood Rack Mask on Drizgit.
Oh.
After an enemy fighter's move action, if that enemy fighter is within 1 hex of this fighter, deal 1 damage to that fighter.
I've got nothing.
Okay. Yeah, I've got nothing else either. So I'm going to start by moving my squigs and Drizgit. So I'm going to move the squig 1, 2, 3 to there. Drizgit 1, 2. Oh, I will have to go to there. I'm actually going to move him to there, if you don't mind.
Yeah. I'm going to play Furious Inspiration.
Oh.
And I'm going to inspire Gartok.
Which is this Gartok?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to play Cover of Darkness. Just pick one. Well, I'm going to pick the second one. Push one friendly fighter up to 2 hexes into a cover hex. 1, 2. Ooh.
I'm going to charge with Gartok. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. And he's going to have a go at Stick It.
Stick it!
He's going to stick it and stick it. Lucky old Stick It. 3 hammers.
Oh, okay.
3 hammers.
Might need a crit.
You might need a crit.
No crit. No crit for me.
He stuck it and stick it. So that's another glory for me. But nothing else. Onto your second go.
I am going to use Snurk.
So hammers that way, yeah?
Yep.
Oh, 2 crits, single and double. Oh, didn't want that.
I am going to go
1 crit.
So I move
guess,
2 crits.
So you move 1, 2 crits to there.
Yeah.
And then you can move a single and knock him again, do 2 damage to him.
I'll do that then.
Ow! I'm going to play Determined Effort to give me +1 dice for my next attack action in the next activation.
I'm going to do nothing.
So on to my 3rd activation then, and I'm going to charge with Magore. Go 1, 2, 3 to there. And I might as well have a go at the bloke with the net. Oh, hammer, single and double, and I will score an objective off of that.
Have you got Branching Fate?
I have, yeah.
Jabby Git.
So 1 hammer is all I got there though.
Well, I got 3 shields.
So that's 2 damage. No, prog, the other one. Prog the net.
Sorry. Yeah.
So I get a glory, and I get another one for Branching Fate.
This is where I kill Gartok, and I feel really thrilled that I've got rid of Obliterated.
Magore is now inspired. I've also scored No Escape, which score immediately if 3 or more of my fighters makes a charge action. Another glory. And into Power Step, it's you to go first.
Nothing for me.
I'm going to play Great Fortitude on Gartok.
Okay, so I need to do 3 damage to him.
You've got to do 3 to take him out, yeah.
Not very likely then, is it?
Well, that's kind of why I did it, to try and minimise the chance.
Well,
but he is close, so...
I'm going to give it another go.
You're going to try and snirk him to pieces. Hammers at him. You want hammers, basically. You want, well, 2 hammers and a sword or something like that.
A hammer.
So, a hammer. So if you push him to there with the first one, then with the sword, you can push him to there.
Okay.
The red cap taker, because red cap only needs to take 1 wound to die anyway, and I've only got the dog left, so I'm unlikely to get to him. So red cap takes a wound. So my 4th go, I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 with the dog.
At Power Step, I'm going to play False Presence on Snurk.
Ooh, what's that do?
It's an illusion, and when the card is broken, so at the end of the round, or if you attack Snurk, I can place this fighter in a starting hex in my territory.
Ooh! And then on to the 4th go.
4th go, I'm going to Snurk.
You're going to Snurk at Gartok again. So hammers towards him.
Good.
1 hammer and he's dead. Oh, there you go. Unfortunately, you go 1, 2.
And then stop.
So you go 1, 2. Gartok's dead. I don't know if you take a wound when you stop.
Yeah, you do.
And does taking Gartok out do something in particular?
It doesn't, because I threw away Obliterated.
Oh no! I was thinking you had that.
No, I threw it away.
Completely forgot you got rid of it.
I think the odds of scoring it were quite slim, but I did. So never mind. Never mind.
I'm going to put Rage Fueled Attack on Zarkus, which basically means he gets +1 damage, and Predatory Leap on Riptooth, which means they can basically move through occupied hexes. So at the end,
so I discard my illusory upgrades.
And your Snurk.
Well, my Snurk can come over here.
Ah! So we're on to the end phase.
You went first.
I went first. I haven't scored anything.
Okay, it's going to be close then.
I'm going to keep hold of all of them.
Okay.
Which maybe I'll regret.
Okay, I am going to score Illusory Prominence. Score this in end phase if each surviving friendly fighter has no upgrades and there are 1 or more illusion upgrades in your power discard pile.
Nice.
So there are 2 in there. So that's 1. And then I score Lengthening Shadows. Score this in end phase if there are more friendly fighters in enemy territory than there are enemy fighters in enemy territory. And you've come running towards me and I've got 2 into you, so I score that. That's worth 2. I'm going to get rid of Illusory Nemesis as well.
I'm drawing up 5 power cards because I kept all my objectives. You're drawing up everything?
Yes. Oh, and I've got 3 glory, so everybody's inspired.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's inspired.
But not the squigs. End of round 1. Scores are 6 plays 4.
Oh, that was brutal. I've lost 3 people.
I mean, it could have been worse, I guess.
Yeah, well, I played to my objectives, and you know, I actually played to my objectives, and Snurk did a load of damage.
Yeah.
What I really could do with that 4 hammer roll first turn, next turn, just wipe Zarkus off.
Yeah, I mean, Zarkus would get turned to paste then as well.
Yeah.
I was sitting there thinking, oh, you're going to go for him, and you're going to take him out, and you're going to get obliterated and score 2 glory. Then I completely forgot you'd already got rid of the
No,
card.
I had to throw obliterated away. Like I say, it would have been great to have it in hand.
Yeah.
I just didn't think I would.
You can't trust the dice. You can't trust them. I mean, I remember games where I've been trying to get Drizzt just to go, Snurk to just go in the right direction. He just won't go the right way whatsoever.
And I thought, oh, you won't be anywhere near him either, you know, because you can avoid him. But anyway.
I possibly should have done more to avoid him, but we are at where we are at now.
I wouldn't have scored the other objective in my hand, so.
No, so there you go.
Yeah.
Right, so on to round 2.
Exciting stuff.
So I get a crushing double.
Crushing double. I'm going to roll nothing now, having rolled billions of doubles. Oh no,
Oh,
a crit.
Oh,
3 hammers. Oh, that's what I need next. I need to do that with Snurk. I
don't.
think I've probably got to go first.
Well, you can only do 3 damage with Snurk.
Yeah, but he's suddenly already.
Oh, he has taken Zarkus,
Yeah,
has taken
yeah,
the wound. Oh, shit, yeah.
I'm going to start with using a Snurk.
Yep, going to Snurk hammers right at Zarkus, I presume.
Yeah, so I really would like that.
You want
I've
3
just rolled
hammers.
7 hammers out of the last 2 4-roll dice rolls I've made. Oh, there's 2.
2 hammers and a sword. So I'm guessing it's going to go hammer, hammer. So hammer, hammer, and then swords into him. So I don't know which way you want to shove him, but it doesn't matter because he dies.
Oh, that's a glory. But I didn't pick up obliterated.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
I have nothing that I want to play right now.
Okay, I am going to delve over here.
Objective 3.
Now I'm going to put the fiery brand on Drizzt.
Oh dear, that sounds painful.
Silly though this might seem, I'm also going to put the phantom darts and the phantom fists on Drizzt.
Okay. So on to my first turn. I am going to have a go at poor old Redcap there with Magore. So it's 2 dice, 3 damage. 1 crit.
Okay, so I've got two defense dice.
Yeah, I've got 2, yeah. Magore always is the one that sucks when it comes to hitting
Nope.
things. But he's okay this time.
Okay, so
I get a glory and I
pasted
score
Redcap.
no remorse. Scores immediately after a friendly fighter's attack that takes an enemy fighter out of action if the attack action has damage characteristic greater than the wounds. So it's 2 glory.
So at the end of your activation, I've actually scored 2 shock troops 2 ways. 1 or more friendly fighters holds an objective in enemy territory has a number equal to the number of that fighter's upgrades. Well, he's got 3.
Yeah.
But also 1 or more friendly fighters each have more upgrades than there are surviving enemy fighters. And he's got 3. So, okay, I'm going to delve over here.
Going to flip that back. Flip that back.
I'm going to put the phantom spear on Dibs.
Okay. Okay. I still have Norton.
I'll make a charge action with Dibs to there. This phantom spear is 2 hammers with cleave.
Oh yes, I remember this.
Brilliant.
Onto my second go, I might as well have a go at Dibs with Magore then. 2 hammers. A crit. That's the second crit from Magore. Ooh,
No,
so he's dead.
I haven't made a single defense roll
I don't think
yet
you
in this
have.
game.
I've scored Show of Strength. Score immediately if your leader takes an enemy fighter out of action.
I'm going to charge with Zarbag. I'm going to charge onto there.
Zarbagger.
3 swords with cleave, although that makes no difference. A sword.
A sword. I only got 1 dodge at the minute with old Rippy. No.
So that's 2 damage.
Ow. That's... I'll use sidestep. Shove him back in there.
Okay.
I'm going to play Fighter's Ferocity on Riptooth, which gives him, on a crit, he does +1 damage.
Okay. So how much damage is he dealing?
He'll be doing 3. I'm going to also play Commanding Stride to move Magore 1, 2, 3 to there.
Oh dear.
Onto my third go, and I'm going to bite you with Riptooth. 3 swords, looking for a crit. Oh, doesn't get 1, just a sword.
It's a dodge.
Oh, you
You pushing him?
Pesky dog. Yes, I might as well.
Okay. Actually, yeah, I'm going to put Zarbag onto there.
Oh, using your...
Use sneaky step.
Okay.
Okay, my fourth, I'm going to draw a card. And it's pointless, but I'm going to put Ravenous on the...
on the squig.
On the squig, yep.
Nothing for me to play, so my fourth go, I'm going to try and bite you again with the Doge. So 3 swords again, and I need a crit. No! Nothing!
Nothing.
Oh! The dog has done me in.
The power step I'm going to delve with
Drizgit. I'm going to put Great Speed on Riptooth.
Oh, nothing for me.
Nothing else for me, so we're on to the end phase, and Yao went foist.
Well, I've scored Shadow Match.
Oh, what's that on?
It's a hybrid card. 1 or more friendly fighters hold an objective that has an equal number to their wounds characteristic. And luckily, Drizgit is standing on number 3.
Oh, well done.
So that's 1.
Nice.
And now you're going to hate me.
I hate
So I've also scored Infestation
because
he's standing on all of the. He's standing on every objective.
Oh God, I didn't see that coming.
So that's 5.
Oh Jesus.
And then because of that, I've scored Petty Vindication, which is score 2 or more other objectives cards in this round.
How many is that?
That's just 1. Well, I've got no cards left.
Okay, so you're drawing everything up.
Yes.
Okay, I've scored nothing. I'm going to keep them all. Might be the wrong move, but I'm going to keep them all. I'm going to keep everything. And I'm just going to draw 4 power cards. End round 2, 13 plays 10. I'm bitter. I'm very, very bitter right now.
I think that's reasonable.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I mean, maybe I should have seen Infestation coming. I should have just tried flipping over objectives because Magore was standing on one at one point. I could have flipped it for no cost whatsoever. There's
that
a
would have
lesson.
stuffed me over.
You would have been able. Well, you would have had to have
Pop-up.
suddenly gone after that instead of drawing cards. So you possibly still would have been able to score it, but
Yeah, I'd gone. The reason I attacked him was to hope I could push him back and then sneaky step onto it and then and hold it.
cunning.
But it did not work out that way.
But it worked out anyway, though. Either way,
Yeah. I think that's one of those cards that you score once in a best of 1.
In a best of 3.
You don't score it again.
Best of 3, that ain't happening again. Or unless your opponent's very unlucky or very stupid, one of the two. I mean, for me, I'd probably still forget the second time around, but there we go. So there we go, it's on to round 3. I'm not saying that the fate rests in the balance here, but...
Fate rests in the balance.
But fate rests but you said this, so that's fine. Right, here we go. Oh, a crit, a much hammerage. A crit and a single. Oh, a crit 2 doubles will also do the same thing. Yes,
Well, I guess I'm going to go first.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
It's somewhat counterintuitive. I'm going to move Zarbag to there.
Oh.
And as a result of that, I'm going to score Trace Delay Lines.
Oh, what's that mean?
Score this in an end phase if there are X or more friendly fighters within X hexes in an objective that is not held by an enemy fighter, where X is the objective's number. E.g. if there are 2 or more friendly fighters within 2 hexes of objective 2. Now, I've got 3 or more friendly fighters within 3.
It doesn't include me, does it? Because I'm within 3 as well.
No, but you're not on it. If you were on it, it would include you.
Gotcha. Nothing else for me.
Okay. I'm going to put Grizzled Survivor, which is +1 defense on Drizgit.
I'm gonna play Centre of Attention. I'm gonna pull Dursgurt. Oh, but if I pull him there, you're gonna get double assists on your dodge. But you don't get shields. So it's not that bad. So I'll do that.
Okay, and then I'm going to put Illusory Form on Zarbag.
What's that do?
Which is an illusion, it basically puts him on guard.
Shit.
I'm going to play Jealous Hex.
Ooh.
It's a Gambit spell. I chucked a couple of spells at the end. So basically, if I cast this, then the fighter with the highest wounds loses a wound.
Yep.
I have cast it.
Oh,
doubly
crit
so.
and a swirly. I'm assuming the Doge, because that would put him down to 1 wound left.
Oh yeah, no, I hadn't realised he'd taken 2 already.
So I guess it's on to my first turn. The dog's going to charge. 1. 3 dice, 3 swords. It's 3 damage.
I am on guard.
You are on guard.
You get cleave.
I get cleave if I roll a crit. And you get double assists as well. I get single assists as well.
Okay.
Because of
There's just so much going on.
I know, so much shit going on here. A sword. A single sodding sword. Ah. The dog's done me over.
Bing, bing, bing.
The dog's lost me the game.
And to add insult into injury, I'm going to score Horrors in the Dark.
Oh, what's that?
Score this immediately after an activation if 2 or more friendly fighters are in cover hexes that are not in my territory. So it doesn't really matter. I'm going to play Little War, +1 dice to the first attack action made by a friendly fighter for the next activation.
Nice.
And I am going to charge with Drizgit.
Okay.
To here.
It's your second go.
Yeah.
Okey
So it's
dokey.
3 hammers. 4 hammers.
4 hammers on the dog. He's only got 1 dodge because he never bloody inspired because he couldn't hit anything ever.
And single assist, but no cleave or anything. But dodges anyway. Oh, 4 hits. So you need a crit.
Crit, please. Ah, dead dog.
Dead dog.
So you get glory for that. Dead dog. Dead dog. So on to my second go, I'm going to get rid of a card. I'm going to get rid of Bane of Champions, which was kill the enemy leader with Riptooth, which was 2 glory.
Oh, he did do you over. I don't know why you play this game.
Over to you.
Okay, for the power step,
Yep.
I've got nothing.
Third go.
I will attack Magore
With Zarbag.
Zarbag. So it's 3 swords with cleave.
3 swords, a curve. No swords.
Nothing at all.
Nothing sweet fuck all. But Magore doesn't have an attack back option.
No.
My third go then, I'm just going to have a swack
At Zarbag.
at Zarbag with Magore with just two hammers.
Okay.
That took a long bloody time to end up with just
So
a
I'm
hammer.
on guard. You haven't got cleave, have you, or have you? Yes, you have.
Yes, he
you
does,
have got
yeah.
cleave. Okay, so just... Oh, double
Doubles.
assist.
Fucking
Oh, double assist.
lucky fuckers. Right. So I'm going to play Demonic Resilience.
Okay, what does that do?
Which basically means any damage I take next round, I only take 1.
So I'm going to draw a card for my 4th.
Okay, just a power card.
It's Illusory Find. Reveal cards from the top of my power deck 1 by 1 until you reveal an illusion upgrade. Add that card to your hand and then return your reveal card to your power deck. I might as well play that in the past. It's you first if you've got any.
I've got nothing.
I might as well play that on the off chance that one of these is something useful. Nope.
No illusionary upgrades.
I didn't think it was.
You can shuffle them. I'm going to play Mighty Swing.
Okay, nice.
That's it.
I still have nothing useful.
So Mighty Swing, I'm going to charge.
Here we go. Who are you starting with? Yeah, so
Yes,
Drizgit
so
is
I'm going to
starting.
go Drizgit first.
Okay, Drizgit gets 3 wounds.
And he's got shield, so I have cleave, so he's only got single assist
Yes.
to protect him on this one.
Yeah.
So I'll go for Drizgit first. 2 hammers.
2 swords, here we come.
Oh, there comes the bloody crit.
Okay.
Could have done it with that before. Oh, you bastard. Rightio, I can't even push you back on that one, and I'll go for Zarbag. 1 hammer. Oh! Oh! No, you get a single assist.
So a single
Fucker.
assist.
Right,
But
well,
he
I'll push
saves,
you back.
apart from being able to cleave, he saves on everything.
With that situation,
Yeah.
yeah, because of Drizgit, yeah. End phase then.
I went first, I've scored nothing.
Oh! I've got
nothing.
I've got Conquest for 2
Of being in my territory.
being in your territory.
Yeah.
Push you out to 12. What are you on? Actually, you're on 15.
2, 14, 16.
So I'm up to 12 with that. I've got Pure Carnage, 3. And I've got Great Gains, which is another 2. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 17.
2, 4, 6, 14, 16. Oh, you beat me just.
Oh my word!
You beat me just. I couldn't do
Just
anything
about-
about it though.
just about
my
beat
last
you off.
cards, I've got hold a number of objectives equal to the round number, which I couldn't score that with. I can't do. I've only got 2 people who can hold objectives.
That's a good point.
I've got Mad Scurry, which means at least 5 survive and 5
no.
and Obliterated, which I would have scored earlier. But no. What a game!
Wow!
How many did you win by 1?
I won by 1.
Yeah, if in a different situation, if Zarbag had been here, I've got an upgrade which I can put on him. If you pushed him back from there,
Yeah.
I've got an upgrade which if he's in your territory, I get 1 glory,
Oh,
which would have been entertaining.
that would have been close. At one point, you had Drizgit here and you had Zarbag there. I really wanted to charge here and do and miss 3 times instead of just twice. But then I realised it wouldn't be in your territory and I wouldn't have scored. That would have cost me 5 glory, as it turns out, because I wouldn't have scored Conquest and then I wouldn't have scored Great Gains because of that. So
yeah.
I think I was carrying Pure Carnage since round 1.
It's a tough card that if you do get it, but you scored it.
But yeah, and I
How
think
many do you have to have out of action?
you have to have 7, and there's 8.
There's 8 just.
My remaining objectives was have Magore on an objective, with Planter Standard, and the other one was take out 2 fighters in a phase, which if I'd have got that the first round or the second round even, would have been fine. But third round, I don't think I did any damage in the third round at all.
No, you missed really badly.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that I mean, I would never score Infestation again.
Not in a best of 3, no.
The deck is, you know, it was good fun, but it's not. It's not good enough.
You could do something. You could take that to like a Bugman's Clash, like best of 1, where you play 4 games, and I think you've got more chance, especially with Obliterate and that, you've got more chance for those things to catch somebody out, especially if you were up against someone who had a lower wound fighter. Yeah. That you know, Snurk would be.
Yeah, if you had 2 wound fighters, I wouldn't have thrown away.
Yeah.
Obliterated
in the first
round.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's really handy. The illusionary thing is really handy for Snurk because you can move him. Put that at him, and I was lucky to get it in the first round.
And dump him right back next to somebody.
Exactly. Yes, I mean he did for 2. Unfortunately,
he did. Yeah.
Not while I had Obliterated in hand.
Which is really, really painful.
Yeah, if I'd drawn Obliterated to turn 2, then I'd have won.
I mean, was the temptation not there once you had Obliterated to not charge with Drizzt and try and get Snurk to take the dog out instead?
No. Do you know what? I didn't even think of it.
This is why I lose more games than you.
Yeah.
Because I immediately see this almost 0 chance risk taking.
You know what?
I just have to go for it.
That might have been the play, but I thought I was in control, and so actually I don't know. I mean, the dog was here, so I mean it would have been 2 moves. It might have gone, but he could just have easily have taken out Drizzt.
You'd have needed like 3 hammers, and the chances are much less. I think he was there. I think he was because he was there. Right. And the dog was there.
Yeah, so it was. Yeah, I think I'd have to. Yeah, it didn't occur to me. I think I just thought the odds were too.
I mean, this is me wrong. So no, he would have killed Drizzt and then
killed himself.
That's why I shouldn't take those risks. But I still have to because it's just too much fun.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's because these are season 1 and 2 warbands, and I don't know what you boys and girls at home thought about that game or whether you enjoyed it. And do let us know in the comments below how you found the game with the voiceover and the general play of the warbands. But I just have more of a connection emotionally, I think, to the season 1 and 2 warbands, and I just find them more fun than I do like Black Powder or Manox. You know,
I think it's a little bit hard to tell because goblins are just fun.
They are.
They're probably the most fun warband.
Yeah,
I do agree. I think there are just too many warbands, and I think GW we talked about this before. I think they've created themselves a little bit of an issue because they've got this cycle of people coming around. But actually, you don't really to enjoy the game. You don't need continual regeneration of armies or warbands. People will argue and say you need more cards to keep it interesting. But I don't think you keep needing new models all the time.
I almost feel like releasing more warbands in the way they do with the Universal Sim with the warbands it makes it less fun. And for me, I'd rather they release more Rivals decks, so that I could just take my Magores or my Scritches or whatever, and I could just say, right, this week I'm going to play with the Illusory Might deck and the Scritch cards, or and just do it that way.
I feel like that. I would love them. I think, having sort of seen how this season's developed, got maybe like 4 warbands in a year. I mean, I don't expect them to do none.
No.
So maybe like 4 warbands in a year rather than 8, and then more, like you say, more Rivals decks.
Yeah.
But I think also maybe we'll see it better when the Rivals decks start to come through, more of them come through, but I think they need to codify Rivals Plus, and I think they need to say you can't play it with Essentials. So if you had a couple more Rivals decks out, so there were 4 of them, and you could pick one and you could mix them with your faction cards, I think that's a really nice blend. You've got some faction theme, but you've got some choice. So the Illusionary Might really plays into the goblins really nicely, and maybe the other ones could play into whatever warbands nicely too. And I think you've got a nice little bit of deck building, but you're not always chasing the cards, and it's not a complete, it doesn't completely do your head in every time you're deck building.
Yeah, and I do wonder if they need to implement some kind of hard limit on if you do play Essentials, you can only take a certain number of Essentials cards, because I think well over half of my deck was Essentials.
I have to say, well over half of mine was Illusionary Might.
Yeah, but I don't think that half of your deck being Illusory Might is as good as half of your deck being Essentials. So I wonder whether they need to say something like you can only have like up to 3 upgrades, 3 ploys and 3 objectives or something like that of essentials deck, and like that's it. Which means that you might still want to go essentials because it's got some good cards in there, but then you are going to have to sit and go, but I am going to have to take all of my faction objectives. I am going to have to take 7 of my faction ploys and 7 of my faction upgrades or something like that.
As we discussed in our previous video, which you can find up there, the essentials deck, I think it was a mistake.
Yeah,
and I think Rivals Plus is great. I think Nick kind of invented it, or they invented it for the Bugman's Clash.
Yep.
And I think it's a really great format actually, but I think it needs to be not with essentials. I think maybe they'll change that once they've got a couple more Rivals decks out. Maybe they'll change it. But Rivals Plus, I feel like it hits that sweet spot, as I've just said, between deck building and simplicity.
Yeah, it's just enough. It's just enough. For me anyway. I know there's a lot of hardcore players out there who are like, you can prize my championship from my cold dead fingers. I like to have 700 cards to refer to when I want to build my deck or whatever, and more power to you if that's your thing. But I think the more casual among us, like ourselves and a lot of the people who watch us, that's just, there's not enough time in the day now.
Yeah, and I just don't know. I know they will say that, but I actually wonder whether they're kidding themselves a little bit. I appreciate they want some deck building, but you've got some deck building if you and there are choices to make, and I feel like that is, like I said, for the best of both worlds. And having, I think I ages ago did a video about, eventually you get to the point where you've got too many cards and it's just the law of diminishing returns.
Yeah,
just like whatever. And of course, everything is going up all the time, price wise. Everything's squeezing. Yeah. So I think a format where you can play, if you have any warband, you can pick up
a 10 quid pack of cards or whatever.
Pack of cards, any Rivals pack of cards, and you can play Rivals Plus.
Yeah, and also the Rivals, having these Rivals decks, they don't need to be tied to a season, really. No. They can just bring out Rivals decks one a month if they like, and if people like what's in there, then they can pick them up. And if they do happen to release a Rivals deck that's immensely unbalanced, they can then just ban that from competitive play if they really want to, and it's not the end of the world because it's just a £10 pack of cards.
I almost feel like that's what GW should do now, because just for us all just to go, and like you said, you haven't enjoyed, you love playing with these because of the classic warbands. But as you said off camera before we played, when we used to play these warbands, we had, like for Magore, there were only 8 other warbands to play with. Yeah. So we were playing them all the time.
Yeah.
And then a bit more for Nightvolt 16, but now there were like 50 warbands. Yeah. And it's impossible to get a connection with Crawl Boys or whatever, because there's
too many options.
Too many
choices. And I know people will say you don't have to buy all 50, and you don't, but if you want to play Championship, you kind of have to, because you're going to need cards from those. And yeah, it's just, we don't need any more warbands. I know we kind of do because everyone likes plastic. We all like our new shiny warbands, but yeah, I don't know why. The last season especially, there's been zero real interest in there for me. Yeah. So
I mean, they're never going to do it, but I actually feel like if they almost went to a 2-year cycle where they maybe produced 4 warbands and then a load of card packs to supplement those.
Well, they kind of heard you in that one, but instead of doing a 2-year cycle, they're doing a 2-year cycle.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
So they kind of, we didn't quite get the memo on that one. But there we go. Yeah. Let us know what you think about the whole Essentials, Rivals Plus format and all that stuff. And do like, subscribe, ring the bell, give us a thumbs up. Do let us know in the comments below what you enjoyed about this setup.
Absolutely, please do. And we'll be back soon. Maybe in Harrowdeep, maybe in Middle Earth, or maybe on the streets of New York. Who knows?
Bye.